What is up, guys, and welcome back to the video. And today we have top 10 things you didn't know about AJ Styles, and if you did, then you are an AJ Styles fan and I have no idea what to say. But I said, since AJ Styles is a champion right now, the WWE World Champion, what better time to do this video than now? So let's get straight down to the list with number 10, his childhood. Many wrestlers come from families in the wrestling business or something similar that sparked their interest in wanting to be a professional wrestler. But this was not the case for AJ Styles. The wrestling star was born in a family who struggled to pay bills. Styles said he wasn't a huge wrestling fan because when he was a child, his parents had no money to pay for cable, which was the main reason why he couldn't watch any other TV shows. His father had some alcoholism issues, which caused AJ to grow up at a very young age compared to others. So long story short, AJ has dealt with many problems surrounding him as a child. Number 9, WCW. Towards the end of WCW, the product was dying. Because of this, we saw many meaningless matches and wrestlers that even the most diehard fans can barely remember. AJ Styles was one of the wrestlers the company were trying to get over on the big stage and hopefully save the company. We saw the tag team known as Air Raid, which was AJ and Air Paris. Both men worked great together and delivered high-risk moves and looked very good together. Unfortunately, this was when WCW had officially died and bought by Vince McMahon. Styles did get to appear on some episodes of Nitro and Thunder before WCW ended. WCW had a very great talent on their hands, but it was too late to utilize him. Number 8, WWE TV. Besides working with WCW, AJ Styles has also worked in the WWE in 2002. While AJ Styles never had an official contract with the WWE, he has wrestled a match within it, sort of like the local competitors nowadays. AJ Styles went one-on-one with the Hurricane in 2002 on an episode of WWE Metal. This was supposed to be a dark match, but it ended up being showcased on WWE's secondary Saturday night show. AJ Styles has truly blossomed into one of the biggest wrestling stars in the world today, so many have most likely went out of their way to find this match on the internet. AJ worked another dark match a little after this match in that time frame and was offered an extremely cheap deal to work in WWE Developmental, but turned it down because he didn't want his wife to move. Number 7, he loves video games. If you have ever seen an AJ Styles interview, you probably heard him talk about his love for video games, but not many know beyond that. Styles is a big nerd for the games and consoles he plays. Styles is actually known for being frugal, but when it comes down to games, he chooses to spend as much money without caring because he loves it. Everybody has a hobby. Mine is YouTube, and for AJ Styles, it's video games. Fans have even reported that they saw him with a Nintendo 3DS at merchandise tables at indie shows. Styles also has one of those personal gaming briefcase stations, so he can play on the go while traveling around the world. I want to play AJ Styles 101 in WWE 2K17. Are you going to accept the challenge, AJ Styles? Number 6, replacing Finn Balor. When AJ Styles made the move from TNA to New Japan, it was the best timing ever for AJ Styles. Finn Balor was leaving New Japan and making his way to the WWE NXT, which was the perfect moment for AJ Styles to replace him as the leader of the Bullet Club. Although the Bullet Club in WWE was a disappointment, we still have time to see AJ Styles and Finn Balor bring the faction back and even possibly seeing a feud between the two. WWE teased us at SummerSlam showing all the members of the Bullet Club in the WWE, which were AJ, Finn, Carl Anderson, and Luke Gallows, but Finn Balor never gave them the two sweets. Well, if they ever do bring back the club in the WWE, I just hope they become really dominant, unlike the faction we saw earlier this year. Number 5, he was the second American IWGP champion. During his time in New Japan, AJ Styles won the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, New Japan's biggest title, equivalent to the WWE Championship in the WWE. This marked the second time that the company ever put the most prestigious title in the company on an American wrestler since Brock Lesnar, which was over a decade ago. Styles became just the 6th wrestler who was not Japanese to hold the company's top title as well. It was also his first match as a signed wrestler when he was able to capture the IWGP Championship. Styles has had one of the best American runs in New Japan with countless classic matches and playing a huge role in making the company more well known for the people around the world. Number 4, losing to RVD controversy. During the Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff stages of TNA, which I think were the true downfall of TNA, AJ Styles was the TNA champion. Styles turned heel and was champion for a few more months until RVD would come and defeat him for the title on an episode of Impact. When AJ Styles left TNA, he filmed a shoot interview saying that he strongly disagreed with losing the title to RVD. He felt that the decision showed fans that WWE guys were better than TNA stars from the beginning, and AJ also expressed that he felt RVD didn't respect him or many other TNA stars that never worked for the WWE. Honestly, I disagree with AJ Styles for this one. If more people believed in this kind of logic, then AJ Styles wouldn't be the WWE champion right now, right? Number 3, TNA 5-star match. If you've seen my Shinsuke Nakamura video, I spoke how it is very difficult to receive a 5-star match from Dave Meltzer. Many wrestlers really appreciate the positive feedback from Dave Meltzer. Only a few matches have ever been given the perfect 5-star rating. Most matches were really in Japan. Ring of Honor, WWE, and WCW all have a few in their history. TNA only was able to get one match worthy of 5 stars by Meltzer. It was AJ Styles versus Christopher Daniels versus Samoa Joe at Unbreakable in 2005 that Meltzer felt deserved a 5-star rating. Whether you agree or not, I think personally it's the greatest match in TNA history, and even if you don't think it's the best, you can agree and say it was a classic and must see if you are a pro wrestling fan. Styles would win this match as well as the X Division title. Number 2, why he left TNA. A lot of people believe the main reason AJ left TNA is because he was done with how he was being treated and overall the instability with the company. Some of that is true, but the actual main reason is because of the money issue. Styles told them he would have stayed if they offered a pay raise or matched the amount of money he was making with them over the past few years. Due to a lot of things happening and a lot of new signings, TNA asked Styles if he could take a pay cut, but he didn't like that option and chose to become a free agent. It was a genius decision on his part as he had made great money, is the top guy holding the top championship in the WWE right now. Number 1, wrestling was never a childhood dream. Many wrestling stars today have been dreaming about being a wrestler since they were a child, but that is not the case for AJ Styles. Styles actually got into the wrestling business because of peer pressure. A few of his friends were trying out professional wrestling at some schools, and Styles decided to just tag along with them. Given his athletic ability, Styles was way more natural than his friends and probably went on to have a more successful career than his friends. That's just a guess though. If all this luck had not happened, who knows if Styles would have even been a pro wrestler. Really quick shout out for Pro Wrestling Acoustic for letting me use this theme song of AJ Styles that they made a cover of, and also Shinsuke Nakamura and possibly some in the future. Check out their channel, they have some great stuff and they work really hard. They're really underrated and great guys. As always, thanks for watching the video guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Follow me on Twitter at WWEPlana. If you want 10% off your next Slam Crate from Loot Crate, use the discount code WWEPlana. Also check out my other channel, Official Life Hacks. Take care and spike your hair.
No diggity, darling. I'm not the bad. 1738. No diggity, darling. I like the way you work it. I'm about to bag it up. No diggity, darling. I'm about to bag.